At this time, I would like to take you to a little ride. So, the ride I want to take you is to make a comparison between two countries, Haiti and Ukraine. More so, the cry for help of two presidents. The Haitian president, we're talking with Jovenel Moses when he was alive in power, and the Ukrainian president. What you see is a loophole in terms of the way both of them were being perceived. I want to take you to a short ride to help you to understand how much our world is divided in terms of responses. First, what you should know. The Haitian president went all the way to the UN. He was not heard. They pretended not to understand him. Nothing was done at all. The Ukrainian president just made a phone call, and the only thing you hear is the outcry of the world. Sanctions were being pulled out by hundreds against Russia. But the Colombian people, the Colombia army or reservists, whoever they call them, whatever they call them, they find out they were behind the heat or playing a big part of it. What sanction has been taken against Colombia? What sanction has been taken against any of them? So far, nothing, nothing at all. We are asking ourselves, what's going on? Why is discrepancy so important for us to understand where we are, what we are up to? A quick look of what is going on will take us to Martin Luther King Jr., who said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. If they disregarded the call of the Haitian president for help in the midst of chaos, he was attempted to be assassinated many times by outsiders and insiders. He was not giving any help. The Haitian people was left to their doom. Their army was destroyed. Their police force have been left with almost no material. So the mean to do something was not there. A political spectrum with no intent to help the nation. And guess who was there as a leader of the world? About 2 hours from Miami was the US. When you looking at the map of the world, you will see the US is very close to Haiti. This is the US here, and this is Haiti. And Ukraine is right here, and Russia, the country with the most amount of territory, is nearby. How come you're so big and you are looking forward to stay a small country? They said Ukraine used to be part of Russia when Russia was an empire. And now Russia is trying to unite all his old country from his empire to ally with them. for the mean to control himself for safety or whatever it may be. What you need to see here, the US and Russia are two major power that are in a battle to control the earth. If you don't understand it this way, I don't know where you're going. They are fighting to control the world. The US with NATO is trying to step over some of the Russian old territory so he can be closer to the enemy. And Russia is trying also to get closer to the US by controlling Cuba and by controlling Venezuela. You remember the missile crisis in the 1960s when Russia put a missile in Cuba? It was a big mess. That is the kind of place we are living in. The fight to control the earth. The earth, food, money, power, greed, all of this all together. And the means of it, people are dying everywhere. The Haitian president cried loud. He went to the UN. He traveled to many places. And one of the last places he traveled was Turkey, which is a NATO ally, to look for help. Nobody heard him. Nobody said nothing. They went to his house and destroyed him. Inhuman. What can you say? Now, the president of Ukraine is crying for help in the middle of Kiev. He's crying for help. With a quick telephone call, many didn't go there because Ukraine is not a NATO ally. No other nation stepped in to help Ukraine fight Russia. Russia is a nuclear power. Russia has more nuclear power than the US. They said, you know what it means. And Russia said, if you step in what I'm doing here, I will make you suffer things you never had in your history. So, what is it now? In the midst of the fight, Ukraine is caught. His nation is caught. And now, within seconds, Russia is about to control the place. The Ukrainian president was given the opportunity to take shelter in Poland, which is a NATO ally where many US soldiers are. He refused. He said he wants to stay to defend his country with his people. You must understand that the Ukrainian people were independent from Russia in 1991, when Haiti has been independent from France and the US, if you may call it, because the money Haiti was about to be forced to pay France, the US later on gave a loan to Haiti and paid France the money, and the US became the master after France. Haiti paid the money by forcefully work hard. But guess who won the battle? Dominican Republic. After about 40 years, 25 years, the Dominican Republic took the independence from Haiti. What does that mean? Haiti is in limbo. The Haitian people need to understand they cannot kill each other. Gangs are taking the country by force. People are moving out. Gangs are moving in. People are living in fear. Haitian, anywhere you are, you need to understand your fight must be to secure your land, to protect your brothers and sisters. kidnapping here, kidnapping there. What all this mean? You are killing yourself. What for? You are kidnapping people now and you are taking money. Some of them do not have nothing. Guess what? You will die too. We are all here to die. We're not going to stay forever. What is the necessity behind all of this? What do we want to leave behind when we go? Two, President cried. The cry of Jovenel was not heard. He died the death that is worse than an animal. And now the Ukrainian president is crying for the world to come and help his people that are under gun, under nuclear power of a powerful nation, Russia. Well, guess what? Guess what? It's not only Russia. There are two powers that are fighting to control the world. Russia, mingle with China and others, and the US mingle with the European countries to control everywhere. Haiti has been trampled under their feet. We are black. Yes, we are. We are proud of being black. But guess what? We are human as well. We deserve our spot on this earth. Haitian people, wherever you are, whoever you are, you need to know your support, your cry must be continued. If the US cannot hear you, if NATO cannot hear you, there is a God who listens to cries. God said, I heard the cry of Abel. His blood that was shed will be avenged. Stay put. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. What should I say to you now? Now I should tell you this. All these injustices that are going on around the world, they have started somewhere. When they were not sustained, controlled, they're going to go anywhere. And justice is like a virus. When you don't contain it, when you don't take caution to stop the spread of the virus will go everywhere. The Haitian president cried to the world, come help us. They want to destroy us. There was a country behind the Haitian president death. It was Colombia. It was many other. There are other countries. They knew it. They were listening to the phone calls. The company that trained those soldiers, they are in the US. They knew it. They have all the files. Nothing has been done. Now the Ukrainian president is crying, and a quick call. Hundreds of sanctions has been taken against Russia. And what sanction has been taken against Colombia, against those powerful men who perpetrated the crime? They are Haitian. They are other nations. What's going on here? Oh, you think you're going to do injustice in a place and you're going to have everything okay in other places? No, Martin Luther King said. If injustice is not being contained, is not being addressed in a place, you won't be able to contain it or address it in other places. The world is now in the brink of a war. They call it Third World War. We have faced many wars so far. If you are human, you need to know no powerful country is capable of giving you a safe haven. The only place you need to put your mind into is heaven with one and only one person, Jesus Christ, and Jesus Christ alone. I'm telling you, you need to be careful. Jesus is the only one who promised something new, something where justice will be all over, something where justice will be for all, not for one, not for a color, not for white or black. They call themselves white. They call us black. Why? We are all human. We deserve all a spot from this earth. We must live together, not fighting together. Whether you want to take everything for yourself, your belly cannot eat everything in the world. Whether you want to take all the money, you cannot use all the money. You're going to die, leave them. Yes, we have seen them. We have seen the tombs of those who call themselves the pharaohs. They took gold with them. The golds were found, and the tomb we only see the skeleton, nothing less, nothing more. We need to understand, as Haitian, as human being, we need to stop killing each other. What are you doing? You're killing each other. You're killing your brother, your sister. You are kidnapping your brother, your sister for money. What next? Where can you hide? The world is there as an open place. We cannot go nowhere. What are you doing? Stop. Let's work together. Now, all the youngsters are running into Dominican Republic, and the Dominican Republic is now about to build a fence. Can you hear that? You proud Haitian, you need to wake up. You need to build yourself. Rebuild yourself. Make yourself proud. You fought for it. You paid for your freedom. You deserve to take advantage of it, to rejoice in it. Hey, we hope the cry of the Ukrainian people will be heard, and the president of the Ukraine will not die like the Haitian president, a death which was worse than the death of an animal. May God spare the life, not only the president of the Ukrainian people, but all the citizens, especially those soldiers who are fighting wherever they are, whether they are in the camp of the Russian or the camp of the Ukrainian. May they realize they are brothers and sisters. They make peace instead of war, because the war is being led by one or few, and they are making the mass fighting to kill each other. Hey, be smarter than that. You can do better.